Hey, 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 beautiful people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What's going on, you guys? Listen, welcome to the TLC community. I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. It's cold today here in the A. I don't know where you are, but in the A, the sun is shining, but it's a little cool, uh, something for a little sweater, jacket, or something like that. But anyhow, it's a beautiful day. The sun is definitely bright and shining. So I pray that you all are having a wonderful day. Well, if you're breathing and you're watching this, you having an awesome day. Yes, you are. You having an awesome day. Remember that. All right. So listen, this is Marriage Mondays. Monday. Every Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here and YouTube. Listen, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Okay, so put them there and so forth. And we also want to shout out our partner, Swag Her Magazine. Make sure that you connect with them. Go over to their page, like, follow, share out. All right. They are awesome and they are a supporter of the TLC community. So make sure you go show them some love on their page. All right. So again, I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. And we're going to get a little heavy, y'all. I told y'all, January, February, March. We've been talking about relationships, we've been talking about our marriage and communication, bridging that communication code gap and so forth. And it's been a little bit easy. But I told you for May, we are moving forward. We're moving forward in this thing called communication. All right. So yes, you've been married 7 years plus. It's okay. You just had a little bump in the road, but it's okay, right? That's why I'm here. I'm here to support your marriage and bridging that communication gap. All right. So listen, what do I always tell you? Go to the dollar store, get you a notebook, $1. The dollar was $1.25 now. But go get you a journal, notebook for you and your spouse. Get your paper, pencil, whatever you got to write with. Take down those notes because again, Marriage Mondays. This is all about that note taking. All right. This is where I give you those nuggets and you take down the notes. Got to take down the notes because again, our partnership. I'm a coach. You're the client. We this how it works, right? We got to work together, right? I'm not gonna leave you hanging. And what I always tell you, I don't like to be stressed, so I'm not gonna stress you, right? Communication is not complicated. We make it complicated. Honestly, we do. We make it complicated, but I'm not here to complicate things, right? So that's why I like to break it down for you. As I used to tell for as folks, break it down to me like a kindergarten. Please do, because I want to be able to comprehend everything, right? And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be able to comprehend everything that I'm giving you. So take down these notes and let's get to it. So listen, it's Marriage Monday, and tonight we're gonna dive into um pride. Woo! Pride and communication, y'all. Pride in our marriage. Listen, we're not just going to talk about it, but we're going to call this thing out. We're going to call it out. All right. So, as you know, I have my notes. Yes, I am a note taker. I love to have my notes. I know what I know, but I also want to make sure that I'm not. I'm just gonna give you my notes, right? That it's just the person. I always love writing and jotting down, but I want to make sure that you get what I've learned so that you can learn and you can bridge that communication gap. Right? I told you. We're not gonna complicate things, right? So listen, first off, let's go into what is pride? What is pride? Pride in communication, pride in marriage isn't about confidence, it's about that control. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's about having that control. It's that control. And what we're going to do, we're going to work through that pride, right? We're going to work through that pride in our marriage because again, y'all are a team. Y'all are a team. You and your boo, you're a team. So you're in this thing together. right? Your mate is there to help. Y'all are there to help and support each other. So sometimes that pride gets in the way and it takes over the communication. And yep. Mm-hmm. Pride, pride. So listen, when it shows up when you feel the need to protect your ego instead of protecting the connection. Ooh, y'all heard me? Mm-hmm. That's that pride. That's that pride. I'm trying to tell you. Pride says, all right. Pride says, I don't need to say that. I'm not the one in the wrong. If they want something from me, they can come and get it. Hmm. It's that inner voice that we have. That's that inner voice that we have. Y'all know that inner voice. We have that inner voice that keeps us guarded, keeps us silent, keeps us on that defense, right? And even when the love is asking for that openness, when you're asking for the openness, it keeps us on that defense. So it's like I want to share, but I don't want to share. Y'all know how we do that. It's that pride. I want to ask for help, but I don't want to ask for help. I know that's my boo. We've been together for a long time, but I got it. I got it. I don't need that help, right? It's that inner voice. It really is. And we have to learn how to um get rid of it, right? So listen, tonight we're not just defining the pride. We're going to learn how to recognize it, release it, and replace it with something stronger: humility, love, and emotional safety. Because here's the TLC truth, right? Here's the TLC truth. Pride makes you feel powerful. It does, but it slowly breaks that bond, and that's not what you want. You want to bridge that communication gap. You don't want to break that bond that you all have, right? You don't want to do that. So we're going to take a dive into this. All right. So get your notes. Get your notes. Number one, here we go. Number one. All right. How pride disrupts communication. Well, pride silences what needs to be said. You think not speaking up keeps the peace, but it actually creates distance. It really does. It creates that distance. It's like, we say, "Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm good. I'm not gonna say anything." And I'm guilty of this. I used to do that. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm good. He said what he said. I don't need to go over what we talked about. I don't need to relive the conversation or whatnot. He good. I'm good. He good. It's that pride because now deep down inside, I'm resenting the resentment starts to it creep in, right? Now you're feeling some kind of way, and then guess what? You become silent. It's the I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not talking. He shouldn't have cut me off, or he should have listened, right? Versus us talking it out, expressing what we need, right? So here's the breakdown, because I told you we're going to make this, it's not complicated. I'm not going to make this complicated. Here's the breakdown. The pride silences what needs to be said. So let's be real. Again, 100. A closed mouth doesn't always mean peace. Because guess what? Inside, you're in turmoil. You're upset. You're resenting your partner, right? All because you decide to close your mouth. You decide to dead the conversation. You're like, I'm not talking. I'm good. I don't want to. I just don't want to. So sometimes that pride is it's running the show. Hmm. It's running the show. You tell yourself like I'm just not gonna say nothing, right? And so when it shows up, right, the silence is not the resolution to it. The silence is not the resolution. You got to talk up. You got to talk. You got to talk. You got to speak your truth. But there's a way to speak your truth, and I think that's the problem that we have in our marriages. We don't know how to speak that truth, right? So we say, "Oh, I'm just gonna say what it is. I'm gonna say what I feel and whatnot," and then it comes off in the wrong manner. And remember, I talked about this before about how there's a way to talk to your spouse. You don't have to fuss and cuss out your spouse to get your point across. You don't have to belittle. You don't have to be sarcastic with you don't have to do any of that. You can literally talk to your spouse and express how you feel about something without any of that. You're going to disagree. You're going to have you may have an intense moment of fellowship, right? But it does not mean that your marriage is over. It doesn't mean that the conversation is just at loss or whatnot. It's just you're learning how to talk with each other, really. So, but here's the truth. Um, you're creating that distance. Like you're literally creating that distance. You're not expressing what you really want. So now the resentment sits in, right? Um, and so when you have this, you're going to that resistance sit in, right? And now you're thinking about the past. You're thinking about all this other stuff versus tackling that one thing, right? And so that's why it's important for you to go ahead and release that and talk it out. Talk it out. That distance is gonna turn into that confusion, that resentment, all of that. And then that's when you start feeling like strangers. You really do. All because of that pride. So this is what I'm asking y'all tonight. This is what I want you to do. Again, write this in your notes because again, the only way this is going to work if you do it. You don't want to wait, but this is what I want you to do. What are you not saying because pride has convinced you that silence is safer? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You want me to ask you again? What are you not saying because pride has convinced you that silence is safer? Mm, mm. I'm trying to tell you. I know what I know what I know. All right. Number two. Y'all ready? Number two. Pride listens to win, not to understand. You're waiting for your turn to talk, not a chance to connect. Woo, that's deep because that's the realization of a lot of our marriages, of our conversation. Our pride wants to win. We want to be one up on our spouse. Yep, we do. We do. We do. We want to be one up because guess what? We're so ready for us to release our answer, right? We're ready. We're ready for you to hear, right? We ain't thinking about no connection. I'm just trying to get my point across. I'm trying to get I need you to hear me. We're not thinking about connection. And that is that pride. It shows up. It says, I hear you, but I'm waiting on my chance. I hear you, but go ahead and finish. I got you. I got you. I got you ain't heard nothing. You ain't heard nothing your spouse is talking about, but you ready, right? You're not listening to connect. You're listening to reload. You really are. I know what I'm talking about because guess what? I did that. Yes, your coach did that. That's why I'm able to come to you and tell you I did that. I was so ready because my pride was in the way, right? I'm like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna let him know. Okay, like I wasn't even listening. I couldn't even wait till he got through with the first the sentence, his conversation, right? I already had my notebook, had my answers ready, didn't hear a word. That's what happens. That's that pride. But here's the truth. Like we hear their words, we already building up that defense. I was defense. Oh, I was on the defense, right? Because what you not gonna do, yep, that's me. What you not gonna do, you not gonna say, you not gonna do. I know what that's how I'm able to tell you, right? That was that pride. I wasn't trying to listen to connect. I wasn't trying to listen to his side of the story. I wasn't trying to hear him. I was ready to give what I was ready to unload what was all up in here in the emotion part, the emotional part of it, right? So listen, here's the truth. Listening isn't about winning. It's not. It's about understanding. It's about understanding. And that is your boo. You're not trying to be one up on your boo. Why? Why are you trying to be one up on your boo? Y'all are a team. whatever the conversation is about, remember the end goal is to win together, not separately, not for bragging rights. So this is what I'm asking you tonight. Again, this is your second question. Uh-huh. Are you listening to respond or listening to repair? Ooh, I'm so good. I'm trying to tell you. I know because again, I've been down this road. Are you listening to respond or are you listening to repair? Because again, you're trying to bridge that communication gap. You're not trying to win one up on your partner. You're not trying to be like, yep, I said, yep, I did it. Mm-hmm. I know, yep. You're not trying to do that. That's not a team mentality. You're a unit. You're gonna be unified. All right. So because the moment you stop listening with each other in love, we start losing that bond. You start losing that bond. So now it's not about love. It's about competition. It's about, yep, he gonna hear me tonight or she gonna hear me tonight. Mm-hmm. All right. Number three. Number three. Pride avoids accountability. Your defend, your tone, your timing, your reasons, everything but the real issue. Everything but the real issue. That's all it is. We would defend everything else except for that issue. Because guess what? It's the pride in us, right? We're I don't want my partner to know that I need to listen. That's all it is. We have to step back and understand, like, yes, we've been married 7 years plus. That's my boo. But I still need to win. We have that mentality, believe it or not, in a lot of our marriages. And we do it sometimes subconsciously and not understand. No, because again, that end goal, you got to have that end goal in your conversation. What is that end goal? I want me and my boo to be on the same page of this conversation. I don't want us to, I'm sorry, yeah. I don't want us to be fussing and fighting about finances, about the children, about home life, about career. I don't want us to be able to fight. We're going to have some disagreements, but our disagreements it doesn't have to end in fussing and cussing each other out. We can talk it out. We can work this thing out, right? So here's the thing. Here's the breakdown of that. The pride avoids accountability, right? So it shows up real slick when it's time to own our part, instead of saying, I hear you, I could do better. We say things like, well, if you hadn't, I'm just saying what I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's exactly what we do. Well, if you hadn't, really? Well, that's just how I talk. Get over it. You've been knowing me. That's how I was when you met me. That's how I talk. I ain't gonna change. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Or you always taking things the wrong way. Ooh. No matter what I say, you always go take things the wrong way, right? That's that pride, dude. That's that pride. That is that pride. And we got to learn how to remove that. We got to remove that. That's that we're defending that tone. That's not communication. That's not communication. That's protection of our ego, both husband and wife. It ain't just a man thing. It could be a woman thing because I did it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, I did it. I sure did. Accountability. Here's the truth of it. This is the TLC truth, right? The accountability isn't about blame, it's about that growth. It's about that growth. And when that pride keeps you from taking the ownership, it also keeps your marriage from healing. It keeps your marriage from healing. That's it. It keeps your marriage from healing because now you're saying the pride is up here. I don't care about the healing because I want to I need to get my point across. I need for my spouse to hear me and understand because I got all this stuff to say. You ain't thinking about healing. Your pride up here. You don't want your feelings hurt. You don't. So again, here's what I'm asking you to do. Are you willing to lay your pride down long enough to pick your partner back up? Are you? Are you willing to lay that pride to the side? Like, are you really? I mean, the answer is really simple. You're married. This is your boo. You're not trying to, it's not a competition. But that pride is breaking the communication in your marriage. It's breaking the communication. It really is. Coach Sophia, you said excited about, yes, yes, the workshop tomorrow, you guys. It's on my page. I will need y'all to register. We're going to talk about more of this communication, and it deals a lot with the love you have for yourself and your relationship. Because again, when you are wanting to bridge that communication gap, it starts with yourself. It really does. And that's what we're going to be talking about on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Look on my page. It's the link is right there. It is complimentary, but you must register. We're going to talk about that because again, this it affects your it affects the communication in your marriage. You got to learn. You got to put that pride to the side. You got to put that pride to the side, right? Ernest James, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's again the the pride that we have. We're not trying to one up on each other. You are a unit. Why are you trying to be in competition with? If anything, you want to be so on one accord with your communication, so when anybody else come at you, right, they know that they can talk to, they know that both of you are going to be on one accord with your conversation. They are. And you're going to be so in tune with each other. Now, granted, yes, you've been married 7 years plus. Yes, you have been in tune with each other. But that conversation, it's been breaking. That bond has been breaking because, again, we're misinterpreting what each other, what we're saying to each other, all because of that pride. We don't want to let it go. We don't want to let it go. So listen, if you've been communicating through pride, don't what I tell you, don't beat yourself up. Your marriage is not over. It's not over. These are just like you have to make those adjustments, that those small shifts. What I tell you, it just you got a little bump in the road, but that's okay. You start off with the small steps. Taking these notes, tuning in every Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuning in to Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Those are small steps to bridging that communication gap, right? We got you're growing in that honesty. You're being vulnerable, right? You're saying to your spouse, listen, I'm sorry if I haven't heard you. I'm trying. I want to. Let's talk. I'm willing to sit down and really understand what you're saying, what you want to talk about. Your feelings matter. That's all. You just putting that pride to the side. You just putting it to the side. And listen, the fireside chat is coming up on May 17th. Go ahead and register. That one is complimentary. That's that private online community, the TLC community of married couples. We're going to keep talking. We're going to talk about this, right? We're going to talk about these things in our marriage because that pride creeps up in our marriage. And whoo, baby. Mm, mm, mm. I know what I'm talking about, y'all. I've been there, done that. That's why I'm your marriage communication coach. That's why, because I understand. And many times we're not intentionally doing it, y'all. We're not intentionally, um, being prideful in our marriage. We're not doing that. But it does show up. It does show up in the way that, it's like we're dismissing our partner. It's like, well, we've been talking like this for 7 years plus. That doesn't mean that it's right. That does not mean that it's right. Just because you've been doing it a long time does not mean that it's right. It means something is going on. You're not hearing your partner. You're not listening. You're waiting to respond. You're not trying to bridge the communication gap. And you may be like, well, it ain't nothing wrong with the way we talk. We good. We good. You may be good. You may be. But are you really? Are you really? And it's okay. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That's why we can build this partnership, right? That's why and I tell you, you're not in this by yourself. When you connect with me, listen, I'm on this journey with you because I want your marriage to continue to thrive. It's already thriving. You've been in this thing together with your boo for 7 years plus, right? You just got a little shift, a little bump in the communication road. And it's okay. Your marriage is not over. You just need to readjust, pivot, and let's do some things new. So connect with me at iamtrinetteLcollier.com. Register for I have 2 workshops. One this Wednesday, May 7th at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in my description on my page with my mentor coach, Coach Sophia Casey. That one is on Wednesday, May 7th. And then the fireside chat, May 17th, right, at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that one is complimentary as well. But you have to register for both of them, you guys. You have to register. That's how serious I am. Like, you got to register because, again, I want you to understand, I want you to get all that you can. And then I want you to connect with me, right? I want you to connect with me afterwards because yeah, it's not complicated. It's not complicated. Comprehension and communication is not complicated. We've made it that way because the first thing we say is, "I don't understand what they're saying." I think I know what, because we don't sit back. We don't take the time to really understand because, again, we're so ready. It's like it's playing that double dutch. Y'all ever played double dutch? You know, you waiting to get in. You know, if you on the side, if you ever played double dutch, you're waiting for that right moment to jump in, right? You ain't thinking about nothing else. You want to make sure you get that beat on. You want to stay on beat on the, and a lot of times that's what we're doing in our marriage. We want to stay on that beat, like, okay, my husband said something. Okay, I need to reply back to that, right? My wife says I need to reply back. You're not taking the time. And sometimes the conversation could be like, you know what, hey, you really don't listen to me. And sometimes that can hurt. That can put a little oof, ouch. I remember when my husband told me, he said, "You don't listen to me." Ooh, child, what did he say that for? Mm. What did he say that for? Because I'm like, yes, I do listen. I'm always listening. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at you in the eye. I'm actively listening. I'm paying attention. But what he was saying is, yeah, you're doing those things, but you're really not hearing what I'm asking or really hearing what I said. I don't, I don't want this, or I don't do want this, or this, that, and other, right? But I was on that defense mode. That pride was like, no, because guess what? I'm this, that, and the other. I listen. I do all these things well. How dare you tell me I don't listen to you? Mhm. Yep, that was me. That was your coach. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was me. That was me. That's why I'm trying to tell you. I know what I'm talking about. That pride was set in. So listen, tomorrow, join me for Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here. We're going to talk about, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how to work these in, right? I'm going to show you how. So again, number one, going back to number one, pride disrupts the communication. The pride silences what needs to be said. So you think you're not speaking, you think that by you not speaking up, that it keeps the peace, but actually it creates that distance. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to break that silence. All right. Number two, pride listens to win, not to understand. So I'm going to show you tomorrow what that look like. We're going to get rid of that, right? And number three, Pride avoids that accountability. So instead of being defense on that defense mode, I'm gonna show you how not to. So tomorrow, I want you to join me live right here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do because I told y'all we in this together. Thank you. Hey, friend. Hey, Miss Married Lady. Congratulations. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So listen, here is for Wednesday's event. Thank you. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, register for it. Please register for this event on Wednesday. It is complimentary right here. There's no excuse. Just go ahead. It's 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the privacy of your own home. You can get you know how, like, get your snacks, get your snacks, your favorite beverage or whatnot. Get your notebook because you definitely would need to take down these notes. Again, everything is cohesive from what I'm talking and teaching you all. I'm just that. Listen, if you know my mentor, coach, and all that, we ain't just listen. We don't do junk. We don't do junk. Everything is for the betterment of communication and building that healthy relationship within yourself and with your partner. Because again, I want y'all to thrive. Y'all are thriving, right? You're thriving. I don't want you. Marriage is not dead. Relationships are not dead. My friend just got married, y'all. My friend just got married. So listen, it's not dead, right? Marriage is beautiful. But sometimes we it just little bump in the road. That's okay. It's okay. Your marriage is not over. All right. So again, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to DM me, connect with me on the website. Okay. Yes, Pride listens to yep. It does. Whew, it does. We're gonna talk more about that. Go ahead and register for Wednesday's event. It is complimentary. Go ahead and click that. You don't have any, you don't even have an excuse. The link is right there. Just click on that link. Go ahead. Yes, marriage. See, she said marriage is amazing. Look at her. See, that's what I'm talking about. So when people say, oh, marriage ain't this, that, listen, it y'all keep listening to folks out there keep on listening to Instagram. I'm trying to tell you, go ahead and listen to them folks. Listen to them. Keep it up. I'm trying to tell you. I love marriage. I love relationships. I just love everything about it. And again, every marriage, as I talked about yesterday, every marriage will go through its trials and tribulations. That's the thing about it. You're going through. You're going click right here, sis, right here. Do you see? I will send it to you as well. But see if you can click right here on this link and go ahead and register. If not, I can definitely send it to you. I can text it to you. Okay. So let me know after the broadcast. If you're unable to click, you should be able to click it right there. But yes, what you say, Instagram will have you single. It will. It will definitely have you single. TikTok, you said TikTok will have you lonely at night. It will, because I just want people to understand marriage and bridging that communication gap. It's not complicated. It's not, y'all. It's not. And as your marriage communication coach, I've been through these things. So I'm able to tell you, like, this is what I've watched, not only in my marriage, but in other marriages, right? And I'm talking about couples who've been married 15, 20, 30, 50 some years plus, and they all have given me that same advice over time. Just got to sit down and listen. We've made it complicated with all these books, and I get a lot of my I learn and I study, right? But we've made it complicated because we're trying to be perfect, and we're trying to compare and compete with our other friends and their marriages and their communication. Like I told you yesterday, your communication is not going to look like your friends and family members. My husband and I communication looks totally different. It looks totally different, but we apply these same principles. We talk with each other. And no, there have been times where it's like I said, my pride has gotten in the way and his pride has gotten in the way. But he'll come back and be like, "Oh, I didn't communicate that with you." I'd be like, "Nope, you didn't communicate with it. You didn't communicate correctly with me." Right? We put in our own language, our own tone, our own style. And that's what I want you all to understand. I want you to own your own style and your tone in your marriage. I need you to do that. You're not going to verbatim say what I said, right? But the foundation of you got to get rid of that pride. You say you learn from Bishop TDJ's model homes. It's about getting in each other's orbits. And yes, like, yeah, and you're right, it works. And if you're willing to put in the work, that's why I tell people, if you're willing to do the work, it's going to work. But I can't give you notes and you not apply it. What good does it make you sitting here taking all the notes from Coach T, but you don't apply it? Or you wait till you have an argument and then you want to bring out what Coach T said. That ain't what I said. Because I told you go ahead and apply it today. Y'all got 3 questions y'all got to answer today. You got 3 of them. You got 3. What you gonna do? All right. So listen, I need you to ladies, we have to let go because we are no longer alone. We have a mate. Yes, that's your helpmate. That is your helpmate. And listen, I want y'all to go onto the website as well and look under the blog. It is Date Your Mate Month. Yes, May is Date Your Mate Month, and I have some amazing, easy, inexpensive date night, right? Date night and date days, right? That you can. It's a free downloadable. When I tell you, Coach TaShon got you. I got the workshop on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Go ahead and register. That's free, right? Then I have the fireside chat. That's on the website. That's free. It's right there. You ain't got to go all over the place to look for it, right? And then I have the downloadables, the free downloads. Yeah. Whew, y'all just don't know how hard your coach is working. Yeah, look, now you can participate. So go ahead and register for those 2 events. Go ahead, they're free. You and hubby, go ahead and register. Register. I want you to be part of the TLC community now that you're married now, girl. Listen, when I tell you I'm so happy for this couple, I she knows wholeheartedly that I'm happy for her. Because again, she waited. She did not give up. She did not give in into the climate of what's happening now. When people say, "Oh, ain't no good men out there," it ain't this, that, another. She literally surrounded herself with other positive married women, and couples, and she's like, "Okay, yes, I recognize." Even with my mentor coach, like, again, I'm surrounded by married people who believe in marriages. That's why I'm so passionate about this, right? Because again, marriage is not dead. Communicating with our spouse is not dead. It is not complicated. I love you too. Oh my gosh, I love you. I love you. Oh, she said, "Oh, listen." Oh, see, because again, this is not play for me. It's not play. I want y'all to get this. I want y'all. I'm just passionate about it, y'all. So listen, I could be on here all night like I was yesterday. Go ahead and register for those 2 events. Wednesday, May 7th, 6 p.m. It is complimentary, but you gotta register. It is required. And for May 17th, it requires you to register as well. Go ahead and do that. Share this out. Love it. Share it out. Bring your other married folks on board and whatnot. And let's bridge this communication gap, y'all. Let's bridge this communication gap. When I tell you, let's bridge it. There is no reason. I'm gonna send it to you as soon as we log off. Um, but there's no reason for us to be at odds with each other in our conversation. There's no reason for us to be so prideful in Okay, I'll send it to you. There's no reason for us to be prideful in our communication with our spouse. This is your boo. Y'all out here conquering the world, but it has to start at home. Has to start at home. All right. So listen, come back here tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Talk It Out Tuesday. We're gonna apply. I'm gonna show you how to apply this, how to change that around as we get rid of that pride, as we lay down that pride. Okay, lay down that pride so that you and your boo could be on one accord. All right. So until tomorrow, you guys, I love you all.